Well, this guy scored a D minus. I think with this guy, the best advice I can give you is walk away. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's mostly talking big rather than going big. He likes to push others around with his words, but when it comes to putting in steady, honest effort, he struggles. Over time, this attitude can make people avoid him or refuse to help him.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he's more likely to lose his cool than calmly find a solution. Instead of quietly handling problems or learning from mistakes, he might get angry, lash out, or blame others. He struggles to control his temper, and small setbacks can make him shout or act rashly.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
Most people at work probably find him tough to be around. He likes things done his way, and if someone disagrees, he doesn't hold back. Quick words, maybe even shouting matches. He often ends up arguing or clashing with others, which makes many people keep their distance.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you shine in your career, he's much more likely to feel threatened than proud. He may act angry or make harsh comments, trying to bring you down instead of cheering you on. Rather than support, expect pushback or power struggles, as he finds it hard to celebrate someone else outgrowing him.
What if you start earning more than him?
Yes, if you start earning more than him, he's likely to feel upset and may even hold it against you. Instead of feeling proud or happy for you, he could become moody or pick fights over small things. Don't expect him to quietly accept or celebrate your achievements. Resentment is far more likely.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He doesn't have the patience or discipline to handle money carefully. He's more likely to spend without much thought, often buying what he wants in the moment rather than planning ahead. Saving for the future or sticking to a budget isn't his strength. He prefers quick results and may act on impulse.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He's more likely to pretend he's richer than he really is. He wants to look important and in control, even if that means spending on things he can't truly afford. So if you're with him, be careful. What you see isn't always what you get.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He's not naturally open handed or kind when it comes to money, or emotions. While he might act polite in public, he doesn't easily share either his resources or his heart. If someone needs help, he's more likely to look the other way or make excuses than step in with real support.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He's likely to be quite secretive and controlling about money. He doesn't naturally share what's going on with his finances. And if you ask questions, he might get defensive or even angry. He wants to hold the reins when it comes to decisions, often acting as if only his way is right.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He's likely to believe that housework is only your job and won't offer much help without being asked, if at all. In his mind, certain roles belong to women, and he expects things at home to be done his way without taking part himself. Don't expect fairness or real partnership from him in the day to day running of the house.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's the type who prefers to stand back and tell you what to do rather than roll up his sleeves and actually help. If he does anything at all, it's usually just supervising or giving instructions, not sharing the real work. He sees these things as mainly your responsibility and may even complain if they're not done his way.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He's much more interested in proving he's right than truly understanding your side. When there's a disagreement, he'll argue his point strongly and may talk over you or ignore your feelings. Instead of finding a middle ground, he pushes his opinion and wants to win the argument.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he's likely to say hurtful things or act in ways that feel aggressive. He doesn't have much control over his temper and can lash out with harsh words or even shouting. He rarely stops to think about how his words or actions affect you in these moments.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, this is the kind of man who gets angry very quickly, often over small things. His temper shows up fast and strong, and he doesn't hold back how he feels, even if it hurts those around him. This isn't a small issue to ignore, it's a true red flag.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it very hard to say sorry or admit when he's wrong. Instead of owning up to his mistakes, he usually points the finger at you or someone else. True responsibility and honest apologies are rare with him.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He's not the kind of person who easily respects boundaries. When you say no, he may push back, argue, or try to change your mind instead of stopping right away. Remember, your comfort and safety always come first.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he's likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of understanding or being gentle, he may act upset, get irritated, or make you feel guilty about saying no. It's hard for him to accept your feelings and respect your space.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
With him, you need to be careful. He's not someone you can fully trust to handle private moments gently. If you have a disagreement or he gets upset, he might bring up things from your personal life to make you feel small or embarrassed. Sadly, with him, that sense of safety cannot be taken for granted.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He's not someone you can count on to be faithful. He likes attention and being in control. So if things aren't going his way at home, he may start looking for excitement elsewhere. He doesn't really think about how his actions affect your feelings or the trust in the relationship.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he is likely to be over possessive, showing jealousy and controlling behavior often. He may want to know where you are, who you're talking to, and might question your friendships or even harmless conversations. He tries to keep control by making you feel watched or guilty rather than trusting you.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, with him, what he calls protective is really just being controlling. He may say he's looking out for you, but it's more about making rules, checking up on you, and deciding what you can or cannot do. True protection feels safe and loving. His kind feels heavy and full of pressure.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will most likely expect you to do most of the work when it comes to parenting. In his view, raising children is mainly your responsibility, and he may only step in to give orders or set the rules. It's important to think about whether this is the kind of partner you want on the parenting journey.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he's likely to lose his temper rather than stay calm. Small mistakes or emotional moments can quickly set him off, leading to shouting, harsh words, or even threats. Instead of helping the kids understand or comfort them, he might make them feel worse and more afraid.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is unlikely to truly support you as both a mother and your own person. While he may expect you to handle all the responsibilities at home and with the kids, he doesn't make much room for your dreams, needs, or independence outside of family duties. With him, you may feel trapped in one box rather than celebrated for all that you are.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, he is exactly the kind of man who might seem supportive of your career at first, but then expect you to let it go once a baby arrives. Early on, he may talk big about your work or say he wants the best for you, but his real priority is controlling the family setup. Be careful because your dreams may end up taking a backseat without you even realizing it.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is more likely to just act polite on the surface rather than show real warmth to your parents. He knows how to put on a good face when needed, but deep, genuine care and affection are not his natural way. Don't expect him to put much effort into making your parents truly feel welcome or cherished. He is much more likely to expect your family to adjust for him rather than making an effort to fit in himself.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is more likely to make things worse than handle it calmly. He gets frustrated easily and reacts strongly, often with anger or sharp words, instead of trying to work through the problem with patience. Calm problem solving is not his strength in these situations.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is very likely the kind of man who acts modern and open minded with you in private, but expects you to become a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. When it's just the two of you, he may allow more freedom or talk about equality. If you fall short, he might blame you instead of standing up for you.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
In times of tension, he is more likely to stay out of it or even side with his family instead of standing up for you. He doesn't like to challenge his relatives, and supporting you may feel like too much trouble for him. His support in difficult moments is hard to count on.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He is very likely to be a mummy's boy, putting his mother's wishes and opinions first even after marriage. When there's a conflict between you and his mother, he will almost always side with her, either openly or by staying silent. This kind of man finds it difficult to set healthy boundaries with his family, so you could end up feeling lonely and unsupported whenever problems arise.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is likely to share the details of your fights or even private matters with his mother or sister. Whenever there's a problem between you, instead of keeping it just between the two of you, he may turn to his family for advice or sympathy, sometimes making you look like the one at fault. This means your private life doesn't stay private, and it can lead to more interference and judgment from his side of the family.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So, all in all, not looking that great. This guy scores a D minus. As I mentioned at the start, I think with such guys, the best way is to walk away. Day in and day out, being in a relationship with this man can feel exhausting and lonely. You may always be walking on eggshells, worried about his temper or harsh words over small things.